Hey, good day everyone. Today's lesson is on report writing. So let's proceed with our discussion for today. So first of all, what is report writing? Report writing involves the presentation and preparation of structured documents that convey information, analysis, findings, and recommendations to address specific issues or topics within a business context. So whenever you are in a presentation of importance in your company or your organization, it is necessary for you to write proper reports that you need to present to these important people in the company. So this may be your managers, CEOs, and even investors. So with a properly presented report, the business can be successful. Ill-prepared reports can cause you to lose your job. Now, report serves as essential tools for decision making, problem solving, and communication within organizations, providing valuable insights and recommendations based on research and analysis. Take note of the words here, research and analysis. So they will not believe your reports, your recommendation, unless it is rooted in facts and information. Okay, so these are the following for our discussion: types of business reports, types of memo reports, hallmarks of a good business report, and characteristics of an effective business writer. Okay? May hiwala yung dalawa. So first up, one of the types of business report is we have analytical reports. So for this type of report, you only present the findings, analysis, and recommendation based through research and data analysis. So examples include feasibility studies that you will be studying or you will be doing in your fourth year in college. Okay, market research reports, it depends on your company whether you will be doing that, and financial analysis reports. So some HR graduates of ours also end up in the accounting department of their organization or company. So they also do this because apart from being an HR personnel, they are also involved with accounting procedures of the company. Informational reports, on the other hand, they just provide factual information on specific topics or issues without analysis or recommendations. So you just present information or data. No more or no more, no less. Because when you do your analysis or recommendations, you have this certain task of interpreting data. Here, when it comes to informational report, you let the audience or the people who are reading your report interpret the data. So examples include progress reports, status updates, and meeting minutes. So minutes of the meeting, if you will be doing that. Then we have the proposal reports. It involves an outline of a plan, idea, or recommendation for consideration, often including a detailed analysis of potential benefits and costs. So you want or you have a proposal for the improvement of the personnel's professional or and personal relationships, because you believe as an HR personnel that it will help your company improve its output, or there would be more effective and efficient tasks if they have this proper personal and professional relationship with one another. So you present a proposal for an activity or a seminar in the beach that you want. Why in the beach? Because you believe that according to your study that you are going to prove to your boss that beach activities promote better results when it comes to relationship building with one another. So those are the things that you can do for proposal reports. Examples include project proposals, business plans, and research proposals. Compliance reports, on the other hand, document adherence to regulation, policies, or standards, often required by regulatory bodies or stakeholders. So it includes compliance audit reports, safety inspection reports, and environmental compliance reports. So for these kinds of reports, they already told you instruction on how to follow a certain procedure. The compliance reports indicates whether the personnel involved or the department involved are doing their jobs in complying with said regulations. Okay, so these are the following. With that said, let's proceed to the types of memo reports. So we have first the status reports. It provides updates on progress or status of ongoing projects, tasks, or initiatives within an organization. So what's the status of a certain project? Is it ongoing? Is it done? Has someone actually started the project already? So this is necessary whenever the higher ups are asking for progress on a certain project or task. Then you have the summary reports. It condenses complex information or lengthy reports into concise summaries for quick review or distribution. So it can use data, what they call them in college, in high school, graphs, charts, even pictures to summarize the important details of a report. Since in the business, time is money, so if the report can be summarized properly using these graphs and charts included in your summary reports. Then we have recommendation reports. It presents recommendations or proposals for consideration by decision makers, often including analysis and supporting evidence. So just like your proposal reports earlier for recommendation reports, they do the same thing. So before you recommend or propose something, you also include there your information, your data, the way you analyze the data as a support to your recommendation or proposal. And finally, we have the problem-solving reports. Here, we only tackle one specific issue or problem, identify potential solutions, and recommend courses of action to address a specific problem. Mostly, these problems are immediate and can be resolved easily. It's not a process. It's not a problem that involves multi-stage of work to solve. Let's say you're talking about the profits of a company. The profits of the company needs to increase. So it's not a problem that can be easily resolved by using a problem-solving report because it involves a lot of things to consider. However, if your problem is only specified to one specific department or group of people, you can make these problem-solving reports. And now let's go to the hallmarks of good business report. So we have 6 hallmarks of a good business report. So we have 1, clear purpose, structured format, accuracy and reliability, conciseness, clarity, and readability, and finally professional presentation. So when it comes to clear purpose, the report itself should have its clearly defined purpose and objectives. The reader needs to identify these two things properly and immediately for efficiency and activity of the report. Now, a structured format allows one to follow standardized arrangement of information in a report for easy access, and not just access, for easy and reliable arrangement of information. It has been standardized. There's no need for you to create something out of scratch. You just need to follow this information. Then accuracy and reliability. So you should base your information on findings and recommendation from credible sources, accurate data, and thorough research or analysis. Meaning to say, you don't just put their information that may mislead other or your readers. Okay? Always base it on the truth, or if not the truth, research and reliable data source. Conciseness, make it as short as possible without omitting important details. Clarity and readability, yes, since are talking about conciseness there. Clear and straightforward language. Organize information logically and use headings, bullet points, and visuals to enhance readability. As long as you can ensure that the information is complete, make it as readable as possible. And professional presentation, your tone, format, grammar, punctuation, and formatting conventions should show your professionalism. And finally, we'll move to the characteristics of an effective business writer. So one, the person should have strong communication skills. So not just written but verbal communication skills are important so that you can convey this information, recommendation effectively. Since if you're going to present a report, there are instances wherein the person you are presenting to needs clarification from you. So you need to be able to speak to them properly and as clear as possible. Now, analytical thinking demonstrates strong analytical and critical thinking skills to analyze data, evaluate information, and draw meaningful conclusions. So you're not just presenting the paper because that was assigned to you. No, gone are the days wherein you are in a group and you're just telling your members that you will be the one to present without even knowing how the information led to that. So you should know, or you should be the one who analyze the information and drew said conclusion. So you can explain it. Then we have attention to detail. Pay attention to detail to ensure accuracy, completeness, and reliability in writing reports. Take note of the information that you put there. Check, double check, triple check your information to ensure that there would be no inconsistencies and miscommunication or miscalculations on your part. And of course, we have time management. So, manage our time effectively to meet deadlines and prioritize tasks efficiently. So, whether you want to finish the hardest task and then you go to the simplest one, or you want to start from the simpler to the more complicated tasks, it's up to you. It depends on the person. As long as you can see that you can efficiently and effectively manage your time with set strategy. So it's your own decision. As long as you can do your tasks properly and you can finish them on time. Adaptability, so being able to adapt writing style, tone, and format depending on your audience, purpose, and communication channel. So being able to write different kinds of business reports means that you have to adapt different tones, writing styles, and format. Okay, and continuous improvement. So whether here or whether as students and as professionals, should be able to be open for continuous improvement, be open to learning, because as you seek these opportunities for learning and development, you're also adding your own, or you're increasing your own worth. So whether you're in the company or you plan to move to a different company, they will see that you are worth more than the rest. Okay, so that's those are the characteristics. Conclusion. Report writing is a critical skill for professionals in various industries, enabling them to communicate effectively, analyze information, and make informed decisions. So important. So being able to make, write a report, present the report is necessary since it enables, yes, their C communication, effective communication, analyzing information for the sake of the company's growth, and making informed decisions. So understanding the types of business reports, memo reports, hallmarks of good business reports, and characteristics of effective business writers empowers individuals to produce high-quality reports that add value to their organizations. So there you have it, and thank Thank you for listening, class, and see you.